Our kids are in serious trouble because no one is talking about this. I'm gonna name off some behaviors and I want you to tell me if they sound familiar in children. Speech delay or nonverbal or problems processing language. Being physically unaware of their surroundings. Issues with hand-eye coordination and impaired motor skill. Does this set of behaviors sound familiar? Disturbingly, all of these behaviors are symptoms of mercury toxicity. I'm not saying correlation is causation, but the link between heavy metal toxicity and these behaviors is not speculative. It is absolutely obvious. And there is study after study confirming this. You might be wondering, how are children getting exposed to metals? Well, it's in the air and it's also in baby food. This has been tested and published. There are safe ways to remove toxins from the body, and many parents have already made this connection and saw changes. I'm not saying you can detox away anything, but what I am saying is that when you remove poison from a body, yes, it will absolutely function better.
As far as the earthquake device goes, there's a gentleman out there named Dutch Sins who's got a YouTube channel. Basically, he's been screaming from the mountaintops for years that there's some sort of energy device in Antarctica that's blasting out earthquake beams. All I'm doing is showing up years later and confirming that, yes, this stuff seems to be legitimate technology that exists.
At the Disclosure Project, you talked about, I think, being there at the time when it was turned on, almost at the exact same time a massive earthquake was triggered. Can you speak to that?
It struck Christchurch, New Zealand. I was initially told that these were accidental misfires. I did believe that for quite a few years, that A, that the device did do this, and B, that it was an accident. But I'm starting to gather more info that seems like it was much less of an accident.
You know about HAP and SUN and, CERN. Just Google what these companies are all about and, things that they are creating. And have an open mind, and you'll see that some of these things are possible.
What are the negative benefit or the negative effects of this?
This is an explosive area of conversation, and that puts my life in danger. So I reserve the right not to answer your question.
Whoa.
I'm shocked too, but I found video explanation from 12 years ago. Check it out.
By many experts to be highly carcinogenic when they're digested, which can cause tumors and abnormal cell divisions. It's a unique chemical that's in button mushrooms and portobellos. They're very much analogous to smoking a cigarette, except the agarotines cause tumors all over your body as opposed to just in your lungs.
You have to research, don't just take this information at face value, but if what he's saying is the truth, then it's sad to say that, we've been lied to for a very long time.
When you're charging your phone, it is emitting electric fields. Lara is just holding up this part of the multimeter and the other part is grounded, so we can see actually her body voltage in relation to the earth. And if I put the phone very near to her, we have about 5 or 6 volts. If I put the charger out of the wall, it almost goes to 0.00. So you have two bad things. You have the charger that is emitting electric fields, and you have also radio frequencies. If I use this meter, and if I put the cell phone out of airplane mode, it has very high readings on the radio frequency. And if I put 4G on, it's even worse. So ideally, you should put and use your cell phone on airplane mode at night, use an adapter connected with Ethernet to your router, and you should charge your phone on a power bank.
This company poisoned the entire world. Almost every single family worldwide owns one of their products, the famous non-stick pans. These pans are made out of something called Teflon, which is linked to 6 diseases, including 2 types of cancers. Even if you don't own a non-stick pan, Teflon is still in your bloodstream via tap water. To learn more, watch our full YouTube video on the topic.
Get rid of all your coated pans, all these, non-stick pans. Get rid of them. It's better that you use stainless steel or cast iron to avoid these, plastics getting into your bloodstream and all of that.
Fuck you and this bullshit. That's what this is, Satanic black magic. Sick shit. Fucking quiz!
Your favorite celebrities sold their soul. Why in front of Rolling Loud, one of the biggest festivals ever, did Lil Uzi sing this unreleased song? And don't get me started on this former Disney child star exposing Hollywood.
I've noticed a pattern in what is being represented. People think that this stuff is just a game. There is a reason why you see people dressed up as Satan. Not just, you know, like Satan slipping himself in a little bit. No, full on visuals of Satan, people dressed as Satan, you know, dressed as a demon, got upside down crosses all on their clothes or pentagrams on their clothes. And people are just like, oh, that's funny. It's, you know, we're making fun. No, there's a reason why the entertainment industry is doing that, y'all. They know good and doggone well that God exists. They also know that Satan exists. They're just counting on the fact that y'all don't know that.
Oh, and Cardi B has a question for y'all.
Let's say if the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or will you take that $100 million?
Let me know your answer down below. This celebrity forgets they're on live TV and flashes the Baphomet on camera.
Want to know the real reason Andrew Tate was arrested? Thought it was like fraud. The real reason is because he was starting his own banking system. And the bankers aren't going to let that happen. How do you even start that? Exactly. He was about to put it out. He made all his own payment processors and everything. He's going to completely hijack the entire system. You know 100%. Bankers, all these billionaires, they're not going to let little old Andrew Tate come in and take over the world. They're basically saying, you're going to go in timeout, boy, and if you mess with us again, that's it. Stage 3.
Strike 3, that's right.
Yeah, Braz and Brazil. Yo, yeah, Braz. Yo, yeah, Braz. Yo, yeah. Yeah, Braz. Yeah, Braz. Yeah, yeah, Braz. Ayin, yeah, Braz. Yeah. That's not touching. I could do it. What I
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
This industry is not what it seems to be. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than me. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You're a puppet.
Hollywood Records contract, and I'm signing it to have my first record ever and selling my soul to Hollywood Records. That's what I'm doing. I signed my deal up in blood letters.
Something happened to me. I haven't been the same since. I've realized something about myself. It's dangerous.
So they practice witchcraft.
What does it mean though?
What it means, what it means.
What does the checkerboard mean?
It means mind control. So you got classical conditioning, you got operational conditioning. So what they do is they use programming. So
MK Ultra?
Yeah, but it's to push an agenda. So
you heard of this shit before, right?
I heard of MK Ultra, but I don't pay that shit too much mind. So the checker. So what I'm saying,
guys, that's another video just explaining and some industry people telling you that they have sold their souls to a Hollywood record deal, something like that. We just have to really question who are these entertainers and why are they where they are doing what they are doing. I mean, it's time we start to think critically and not just, you know, accept everything you're given.
Do not eat garlic. Garlic is a weapon. It is not a food. I keep saying this, guys. Watch this video.
Because we've shown them that bullets used to be rubbed in garlic in World War I and II. They didn't have to kill anyone by hitting him in the heart. If he was just nicked, he would die. I said, Bob, if you want to kill somebody, just get a clove of garlic. Push the point of your dart gun, your blowgun projectile into that, and he will die very rapidly. The CIA is trained to use this.
Your kids can.
Is that video really true? I mean, I've seen a couple of these videos of people disappearing. We just previously we've seen that one in I think it's South Africa, I mean, with the prevalence of CGI nowadays, I don't know if we can believe everything we see on social media or the media, but you know, yeah.